What's up guys, I'm here with a new video, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a SQL Server failover cluster as per this Microsoft documentation. And also I have created my own document. I will put this link as well in the chat window, or you can just go to my website and look for failover cluster. Okay, SQL failover cluster, high availability. So it is not actually a kind of high availability, but the way how it function is similar to that. That is the reason, but the actual thing, it is called a SQL failover cluster. So it will be on your Windows failover cluster. When the first node, third node, or any of the node goes down, or something happened to one of the node, it will just switch back to the other node. Okay, that's how it works. So we'll be talking about this in our upcoming videos. So this video is going to be like a playlist. So I think so around 14 or 15 videos it will be there. And also with this SQL failover cluster, I am also going to show you how to create a failover cluster for SSAS within this SQL failover or standalone as well. Okay, so you can just check out this website. You can see from starting from 1 to until 13. So complete configuration I have given. I mean to say what and all you have to do. The best part about this article is, if you are a beginner, you never know what is domain controller, what are IPs, how to create or how to set up your domain lab or home lab, it will easily guide you on how to do that. Okay, so as you can see, all this 9 or 10 steps are for your prerequisite kind of prerequisites which is required to configure your Windows failover cluster. I mean to say SQL failover cluster and SSAS failover cluster, either ways you can call. So in the future I'm going to add two more articles as well, 14 and 15, for your analysis services cluster. Okay, so that we'll talk about later once we go ahead with this particular video. So as you can see, the first step would be Hyper-V or virtual machine or VMware. So you can choose any one of those. So if you are on Windows, you can easily go with Hyper-V. Okay, and next, creation of domain controller and Hyper-V enabling, and how, what are the IOCs, prerequisites, and all those things we'll be talking step by step each thing. Okay, so this is how you can configure the failover cluster, okay, for SQL. And the SQL version which I am going to use in this particular video and article will be SQL 2022, and the Windows Server is going to be Windows 2022 or 2019. Okay, so let me give you a quick background about this. So as you can see, SQL Failover Cluster, I will put this image as well, or you can just visit our site as well, as I told. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, I have a domain controller here. Okay, my KTT domain. So this will be our domain controller, which will be assigning IPs and internet routing to all these three machines. Okay, and these three machines, that is SQL A, SQL B, and SQL FCI, is going to be part of my Windows failover cluster. And on top of that, on this Windows failover cluster, I'm going to configure SQL cluster, as you can see here. So what I'll do is, in this particular machine, I will install a Windows failover, SQL. Okay, in this I will install a default SQL instance. In this machine I will install a named instance SQL. Okay, and the third machine, as you can see at the last, will be our failover machine. What I mean to say is, suppose if the first SQL goes down, the SQL machine 1 goes down, it should immediately switch to second the SQL AB FCI machine. Or if the second machine goes down, it should immediately switch to our SQL FCI. Okay, now suppose if this both machine, this, as you can see, SQL A and SQL B both fails, okay, at a time, and it is not working, then this SQL and both the machine SQLs will switch back to our Windows failover cluster, which is our SQL AB FCI. That is the reason I have mentioned here SQL AB FCI. What does it mean? Means if SQL A fails, SQL B fails, it will immediately move to this particular machine. Okay, and you can choose whatever naming conventions you want. You can go with any IP. So in this I have just given an example. Okay, so you can just review this particular image, and at least you will get an idea what it is happening. Okay, so here, as you can see, this is default instance, this is our named instance, which I will be naming SQL DB, and IP, we'll be talking about IPs in our upcoming videos. So this is just an explanation how I'm going to configure my SQL failover cluster or SSAS failover cluster, either ways. I hope you got the idea. You can also check this Microsoft document, which is very much familiar, and also it will give you an idea how this works on a Windows failover cluster. As you can see, secondary replica, primary replica, all those things. So I'm going to configure similar way. But if you're new to SQL failover clustering, you will not understand a bit much of the document, but you can just refer this document. But as I told, if you want to freshly configure and you are not aware of anything, you can just follow my document step by step. From 1 to 13, 14, 15 will add, as I told earlier. And also on my each this article, I have a video posted as well. You can just watch that video if you are stuck somewhere and not able to figure it out. Okay, so all follow all this article, or you can just directly watch our playlist. Either ways, both are same. Okay, I hope you got the idea on what I'm going to create a video. Windows failover cluster. You can just watch our playlist. You can bookmark, and this will be there in your YouTube playlist. You can watch whenever you want. Okay, so in our next video we are going to start with our first step, and that is our Hyper-V virtual machine. So Hyper-V virtual machine, our virtual box and VMware function similar to your Hyper-V, so you can just download from the website. Okay, I have videos on that as well. We'll start with Hyper-V, then we'll download the ISO and create a virtual machine. Okay, in our Hyper-V, then we'll configure the domain controller. So all these three steps I will put in one video. Okay, because I don't want to create multiple videos for this. Okay, it is similar to this, so I'll just create 1 2 3, and later 4 5 6 and 7 and all those things I will be creating one particular video. Okay, so we'll see you in next video with our first step, that is first three steps: installation, VM creation, and domain controller. Okay, so just bookmark our playlist, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon for our latest updates. Okay, and also you can visit my site. We'll see you in next video.